Welcome, everybody. We're doing an episode of Scraps of Memories here, and I was not able to hit the back button in time after hitting record. We're going to be doing an interview here with Sardonic, Jester, and we're going to be playing while we do it. He said he would prefer that, so we're going to go ahead and just play along. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's been a long day, but going fine.
Makes sense. So I guess the first question I had to start with is just your name tag in general. Is there anything special behind it?
Not really. It was kind of more from quite a while ago. I think I probably had it for about a second now at this point. And it's just one of those things, kind of little he thought it would be cool to have that kind of name. More or less is just kind of a lot of my comments that I make, not so much against the Phantom Dust community, because I try to play nice and usually pretty much of an asshole outside of Phantom Dust. So it's just kind of fit with my, I don't know, my personal life, I felt like.
Got it. I have walked myself into a bad position, that's for sure. That back button messed me up real good. Okay then. Sorry. See, this is the downside of it, is I get distracted.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
It's a little bit more fun.
So, after picking your game tag, how did you first find Phantom Dust then?
I think I pretty much had Phantom Dust from, if not when it first came out, or definitely the first year that it came out. It was something pretty much bargain bin, cheap game. I was 14, I think, at the time. Went to Toys R Us with my mom. Was able to pick something out. It was just one of those things because, yeah, it's in that bin, so it's cheap. Might as well give it a shot. And, yeah, just from there, played it constantly, all the time. Definitely not, didn't play as much with a lot of, oops, that was dumb. Didn't play much with a lot of you guys just because I'm more of a quick player. Kind of always have been. Obviously not lately because quick is lame now and everyone hates it more than anything.
So you were a big quick player back in the day, huh?
All the time. Me and Jedi J would be playing back and forth constantly. That was pretty much the only guy I could consistently find to play the game with me.
Did you have a different tag back then, or were you always Sardonic Jester back then?
No, I definitely had a different tag. I think I initially was, I think it was like Anemia 666. Like, stupid name. It was our high school band name, basically. And,
oh, that was not intentional.
Yeah, that didn't go well. It's just a high school band name that we kind of ran with, and then after that I just went to, I think it was XX, John KXX. Then I went to Sardonic Jester. I don't think I jumped to Sardonic Jester until it moved to 360, I think. Is when I was able to do it.
Besides Jedi J, did you play against any other big notable names back then?
Damn it, take it away. I really don't think so, because I think most of you guys kind of stuck in the... I think most of you guys mainly stuck in the standard battles. I did it once in a while, but not terribly often. So yeah, I would I'm trying to think of who else. I think the only ones I really saw that often were Jedi J. I think I played Ninja Boy a bit. He would jump in. Yeah. Those are really the only names I could really remember. I know I remember seeing you guys around, but I never played a part of the tournament or anything like that, just because that wasn't really my thing, and I don't think there was ever a 1v1 quick tournament or anything. Because even back then, it was always just 1v1 is what I kind of stuck with, which now is funny because I never play 1v1 anymore.
Do you wish you did?
Yeah, definitely. It's a different animal, but it's one of those things, like, I think it's pretty obvious I absolutely, utterly hate cartwheelers, and it's one of those things that there's just such an overwhelming advantage. In my head, I know people are going to disagree, between jumpers and cartwheelers, especially in a 1v1 situation, that just, it's hard to deal with when the only people left are obviously people that play at a certain caliber.
Yeah. Well, and a good cartwheeler's truly terrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, see, I'm still getting into it here. So let's talk about your playstyle. Back then versus now, would you say it's any different? And how would you describe it now?
I would say it's terribly different. Back then I played Edgar, so I played a cartwheeler just because I was a lot more of a tryhard back then. I felt like that was really the only viable thing I could do. Was kind of run that. Definitely, obviously, I never do cartwheelers anymore. Not my thing. Then I played a hell of a lot more passive. In general, I'd say I play a lot more passive. It's just a little bit different, just because now it's mainly tag team versus 1v1. I remember spending just hours chasing Jedi around a tree for over and over and over, just trying to catch him. Just because one of those situations, obviously, 1v1 back then, you get him low enough, and the only viable solution or anything to do was just keep running around the tree. And certain people would only play Palace, and really certain was one of those. That's nerd.
Yeah, I remember that was part of what made it unpopular. That's one thing I have liked about it, some of the recent tournaments, is people haven't really done that. Oh, that really threaded the needle on him.
Yeah, I'm surprised I hit you.
Yeah, that got pulled real nasty.
Agree. Like it's almost like there should be a slightly different kind of rules for 1v1 instead of just going down to a draw. Maybe it should be by least amount of health or just something, because yeah, it's just too common in 1v1, I feel like. And,
well,
yeah,
lately, that's one thing that has been nice in the re-release, is that hasn't really been the meta.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like it's probably just because we have so many people now that are, I don't know, they would get so much shit if they tried to pull that. Community's so small, nobody wants to piss anybody off to that extent, which is, it's good, but you definitely get kind of weird things going.
So, now that you no longer play a cartwheeler, how would you rank yourself as a jumper?
Definitely not very high. I would definitely consider myself a lot higher if I could actually, maybe I should have looked at your aura. If I could get more playtime in. I feel like I'm definitely a lot less playtime than I'd like lately. I travel a lot for work, so that kind of takes a lot out of it. And just in general, depends on kind of who the partner is for that tournament, on whether or not I can get a lot of playtime in. I know that's probably my biggest gripe right now, just with the current setup, is I just like more playtime. That's even why you want to play the game while we're talking, just to get some time in.
All right, well, let's talk about some tournament questions then. We'll start with the last tournament, when you teamed up with Zexus. How did that go? How did it come about?
It was actually just kind of like how with this one, I was making posts on it that, hey, I'm available looking for somebody to play with. Zex actually reached out to me. Kind of surprised me, because, yeah, I don't play that often or feel like I'm that well known, that it surprised me coming from top team guy to reach out. So it was fun right into that. That's pretty much how that came about. We played. It was fun. I think we did fairly well overall. It was just definitely a different play style, because, like I said, I'm definitely more on the passive side, and he's a bit more on the passive side, it seems, as well. So it just ended up being kind of weird. We did take you guys out, so that felt good.
Oh man, the legendary throw on Panorama. That was a rough day.
I still can't believe that happened. We were definitely shocked by that too. That was not expected in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
like
the way we had it set up, it was closed out, and that was a legendary screw up there that we didn't manage to finish that out. But you guys went into the next round. I think you did. Did you make finals or did you finish in semis?
No, we finished in semis.
Who did you play in semis?
I think we lost 3-2 to Esper and
Shadow Shield.
Was it Esper and Shadow?
Yeah, maybe that's who we played with last time.
Can't remember. It might have been I don't know. Shadow doesn't sound familiar. I felt like it was Esper. I could be wrong. Oh no. We lost to Evo and Zan. Never mind.
Okay, so that's who you played in semi?
Yeah,
so,
Shadow and Esper went out at the same level that we did. I think they lost to whoever ended up going against them.
And so when you were playing with Zexus, what were some of the strengths and weaknesses you guys had? How would you kind of describe yourselves as a team?
I definitely think from a strength standpoint, it was nice. We had a lot of playtime together, which was pretty cool. We tested a hell of a lot of arsenals, even though not many of them really worked out. Strength-wise, I think it was just having obviously somebody that's that high caliber on your team that carried an awful lot. I think that helped quite a bit. We definitely could have used with having an actual real idea of what we were trying to go for. I know everybody, like Evo, was trying to get us to do certain things. We attempted to, but it just never really worked out too well just because. It's a little different of a play style for me, and obviously, like Evo always says, that's kind of Zan's bread and butter right there. That's what he does. So let him do it. He does it best.
All right. Well, and with that team, is there any regrets or something you wish you would have done differently in that tournament?
I definitely would like to. I should have learned more on how to actually take a more lead role, I guess. Kind of do what everybody had told me to do. But other than that, I think we did fairly well. Pretty much actually well beyond what I expected. So obviously going into the semifinal class or wherever we ended, semifinal or quarterfinals where we came out was pretty high, and it surprised me from going from not really playing many big tournaments with any of the group, and then kind of just jumping right into it and getting up to that level was nice.
Nice. And so this tournament you teamed up with War Machine. How did that come about?
It was actually all Murder. Murder had played with them before. I didn't have anybody. It sounded like SC was looking for somebody, and yeah, he kind of just pointed out and said, yeah, you guys should play together, it should work good. We initially weren't going to team up at all just because our time frames that were available are pretty different. But it ended up working out nicely. That so far we've been going pretty good on it.
That was a bad day for me. You've had the right shield at all the right times.
I always think I'm right out of range and I just end up not being there.
Oh, that little sign. And so with War Machine now, what were some of the strengths and weaknesses you feel you've had with him?
I definitely think we're missing playtime. I think playtime is really the biggest thing for us. We have very little playtime together. When we do, it's usually a few matches, maybe a couple. But even like the last round, we jumped from playing absolutely nothing in between, just from tournament match to tournament match. I think that really killed us. I think we do a lot better when we at least even just have practice matches before our tournament matches, and we just kind of went cold turkey, and it just ruined us. I don't know. It's one of those things that we're both not really jank players. We kind of keep it pretty standard. Just trying to test out and find things that are going to work best. I think we're at a pretty big disadvantage as being a double jumper team. I think a jumper and a wheeler are probably the best setup. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Just trying to play with somebody new and see what we can figure out. I honestly can't think of any times that me and SC have ever even been on the team before starting the tournament. I know we played against each other, but I honestly can't even think of just messing around that we were on the same team. So
Okay.
that was definitely new and just learning.
How have you been feeling about you guys as a team so far? Do you feel like you have a chance to go deep in this tournament?
Honestly, not so much, just because, like I said, the lack of playtime, it's really hard to get any real synergy together, it feels like. But never know, we'll see. We're obviously going to be playing you guys next round, so depends on how you guys come to it. If you guys play like you did last time, we might have a chance.
Ouch. Thank you.
I'm just being honest. But no, I think it's definitely going to be a toss-up. It really is going to depend on basically both of our sides, what we're bringing to it, how it's looking. Because yeah, we didn't bring shit last round. You guys had a pretty rough time as well.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit more about this tournament then. What's your prediction for this tournament? Who do you think makes finals, and then who do you think takes it?
Man, I'm pretty much entirely. I think Zan and Evo are ridiculous. I think they're definitely awesome, but Murder and Ebony, I think it's just a ridiculous combination. They're just completely quick and fierce, and I don't know. I think Zan and Evo are pretty much almost the same kind of setup, but I think they might just get outpaced when they actually meet and play. Yeah, I'd say I'd put Ebony and Murder being number 1, Zan and Evo being number 2. Which, yeah, I'm sure they're not gonna like hearing that, but.
So you think Murder and Ebony are number 1, and they'll
this.
take the tournament then?
Yeah, I definitely think that Ebony and Murder are gonna end up taking the tournament, unless I really think they're gonna end up. Yeah, it's gonna be the two of the teams meeting there, unless they meet earlier in the standings in the playoff. Otherwise, if they meet together, I think it's gonna end up being Murder and Ebony taking it, unless Zan and Evo come up with some weird, kind of janky, just interesting type arsenals, which they do a great job at. If they do that, then I can see them taking it. Oh, I got laid out.
You got shadow shielded.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
So what is it then, do you think, that gives Murder and Ebony the edge over Evo and Xanxus right now? What do you think gives them the edge in the head-to-head matchup?
I think it comes down to the speed. I think they're quicker off. They're definitely, I feel like, more aggressive. I like Evo and Zan's playstyle. I think they do fantastic. I think exactly the roles that they're playing is correct for them. But I think most of their arsenals take a little bit more time to get ramped up and going than what it seems so far out of Murder and Ebony. I think that's what's going to end up hurting them. I feel like they're going to come in hot. They're going to catch Evo or Sam not there yet, almost there, and they're just going to keep wailing on him until it just ends up going down.
And all right, well, we can shift away from this tournament, I think. Let's talk about some past tournaments and stuff, tournament matches in general. Do you have any favorite matches from tournaments you followed previously?
Man, my memory is so garbage. I wish I did, but honestly, I like the matches that are less about the big teams, more like the small guys. Those seem to be more exciting. Big teams are kind of predictable, and it really ends up being the first one that makes a mistake ends up losing. It seems in my mind. I like the smaller ones where less known people, they just do more unexpected things. This ends up being ridiculous. Oh, this went exactly as expected. Jeez.
Yeah, I had a pretty nasty start.
Oh, I have 4. Why do you not go up Fortress? I just got it.
So,
damn, no, that was insulting.
I'm sorry, where were we on that favorite tournament match from the past? Bring me back into that one.
I honestly can't think of one. I don't know of one off the top of my head that I would call my favorite. It's more or less, I like the I know when you guys have the club fairness and you kind of give people A tier, S tier type teams. I like the ones that are more A tier, B tier type matches that come up with both sides being fairly equal. They're more exciting. They're more of a slugfest. It's less of oops, I made one mistake, so now the entire round is over. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of comebacks that just came out of nowhere just because something just turned the tides. It's a lot more exciting. I'm trying to think even from like this. I'm trying to think of whose match it was. Even from this tournament, there was a good one that was going back and forth from I would say unknown people, but not typical top of the house people that are at the tournament. That they even when they played, it's exciting because it's just the back and forth. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be ahead by 20 health points between the two of them, and then come back and take it all. I just feel that doesn't happen very often with the big teams. The big teams are pretty much you make one mistake and it's kind of the end of it.
So, would you say maybe you have a favorite team that you've used to watch?
I don't know if I'd say I have.
Because you were talking about how you really like the A, B tier players. Did you have a team that was kind of the one that showed up and gave you the most enjoyment?
I hate to say anything because I don't want to put in anybody and say that they're A tier, B tier, or anything like that. But just in general, a team that I like to watch that I think is pretty exciting and fun is I like to watch Mirage and Garcia. I wouldn't really consider them. I consider them probably more on the A side. But they're exciting. They definitely have just gone up against S tier teams, just kind of wrecked them out of nowhere, and I just find that hilarious. It looks just it's fantastic to see it because it just catches them with that complete surprise. Oh my god, what am I doing? I cannot play and talk at the same time.
Well, I've had a few of those moments myself. Don't worry, you're not the only one struggling with that.
I feel like I'm just rambling through this because
I guess speaking of teams, then, do you have like a dream team partnership that you wish you could see in a tournament?
I'd honestly like to see Murder and Zan. I think that would be fairly aggressive. I do like what Evo brings to it. I think a lot of the Arsenal decisions and choices that they're kind of running with now, it's kind of out of Evo's head. And I like that they're different, they're interesting, but I think Murder just brings more aggression to it instead of playing the more support. So it's kind of like a mixture of two more main players together, and I just think I think they would be unbeatable together.
All right, Murder and Zan. I agree. I think that would be a pretty nasty team all around. They could do a lot of damage in the tournament. What about for you? If you had your pick of any player, doesn't necessarily have to be the best, but who do you think would be your best complement, or however you choose to see it, maybe your best carry?
I think I could be a more backpack version of backpack Big Stan. Like I think he could carry me pretty far into it. I would need him to carry me because I'm definitely not at the level of Evo and what they're doing. I'd like to play probably Magic Stan would probably be the next one I'd like to play with. Like I like playing with Zex. Zex is awesome, but I feel like Zex and my play styles are both too similar. It'd be nice to kind of go more to my play style as well, but with obviously the other half of that team. I do like PD as well. I think PDCM would be a fun one to play with. There's a lot of jumpers that I like as well, but I don't feel like it would work out. Like that would be like my dream setup because I definitely think having one of these is a better setup to go with. But yeah, obviously I'd like to play with Esper too. Esper more. Like we played kind of just messing around matches, even kind of prepping other people for tournament matches, and we've done really good things for being double jumpers, and I think that'd be cool. We could figure out how to get his connection to not be absolute trash.
Nice. Esper and Xanxus, both solid choices, I think. And you said you were, back in the day, pretty big into 1v1 in that. Are you interested in this upcoming 1v1 tournament?
Oh, I'll absolutely be in it, for sure. I won't be in it long. I'll get knocked out immediately, because, like I said, I'm definitely more in the quick side of things, and that's kind of always where my wheelhouse is, but I'll attempt to make it as far as I can. for sure I'll be in it. There's no way that I'd like to play more often. It's definitely one of those things that it gives me another reason to play more, so I'll be there.
Alright. Well, I think that'll be fun. Did you play in any previous 1v1 tournaments? I don't recall.
I think I played in either the last one or the second to last one. I think I ended up going out against Math, possibly.
Ooh, losing to Math. Now that's just shameful.
Oh man, Math is brutal, man. Those cartwheelers, I can't deal with them. One of those things that, yeah, if you put me up against cartwheeler, I'm gonna be done.
Even against a cartwheeler like that?
Even like
be
a
ashamed.
cartwheeler like anybody. Wow, what? That's
Ought to
good.
be ashamed. No, sorry. I like trashing on Math, and I played him in the semifinals of one of those.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Wasn't the best time for him.
Oh. Oh, it's one of those things. It's like I like to play more of a straight shooter type stuff. I don't really like playing jank, and I feel like I just don't know. I can't catch a break against cartwheelers. That's pretty much the only way I'm gonna win it is by doing some kind of jank.
Well, I think this will probably be our final game, however it lays out. Do you have anything in particular that you want to say to the community?
Not terribly, other than, yeah, sorry for my terrible rambling through all of this. And maybe playing the match at the same time wasn't the best idea, and I thought it would be cool, but yeah, it definitely is hard to focus.
Jester? Jester?
Oh, what did I do? Oh my
Jester!
God. Oh, see, that's the perfect way to end it, I guess, because that proves my point that I have no idea what I was doing.
All right, well, I'll end it here, but I do require one line of obligatory trash talk. You can do it against anybody you want.
Trash talk. Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like I already threw you some shade, but yeah, I don't know, man. Beat you before in the quarterfinals. If this looks like it's probably gonna be the knockout round for this tournament, so I think whichever team wins between the two of us is probably going to be the one making it. So I wish you the best, but I feel like you're going to be sitting on the bench. Sorry.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. That little fish handshake of a trash talk there from Sardonic. Jester, after getting his ass whooped like 5-1 in the 1v1, thinks he's going to take this next match versus me.
You brutalized me. Yep, I'm not going to lie.
So there it is. Whoever wins that match likely getting into playoffs. Thank you for joining me, Jester. Hopefully that answers questions that anybody might have had. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who had questions for me. I'm surprised I got even selected for this. So.
Well, you had the most votes. Nobody offered me any questions, so I went with kind of some of the general ones. Is there anything interesting that you would want to add, like something that I haven't asked?
Not that I can terribly think of, other than, yeah, I'm trying to get more games in. I'll try to be more available as well. We'll see how this tournament goes on partnering and all that. I'm open to play with anybody, anytime, as long as I have the free time. So I'll try to be more available in the group chat. I know I normally have it muted, and then I miss all the cool stuff or anytime that anybody's really doing anything. But I'm going to try to be more available, play more. And hopefully not get thrashed by Bregan that often. So.
Well, no, they were good matches. Neither of us was paying super close attention because we were trying to do the interview. But thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, thanks. You too.